Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're in the workshop and we have two tractors in the workshop. So 3095, which is what today's video is mostly about. It's actually 93, not 94. And the 6480 is in here. Michael, isn't that it?
No, nearly.
Nearly, how do I say it? Michiel is working on the 6480 here. Just ready to split it in two. Why are we splitting in two? Because the seal in the bell housing is gone, and it went about a month after to pull it back together. Why they didn't change the seal when they changed the damper plate, don't ask me, above my pay grade. So it's in now to get a bit of work done to it. There's a lot of oil around the engine, so it's tidying up bits. Michiel is going to do a list of what it needs. So the exhaust is broke at the bend, so it needs a new exhaust, along with a stabilizer arm, seals. It's just, yeah, she's first in now. His father Phil wants to get it put right, and because this bell housing seal is an absolute losing oil. So yeah, anyways, that is the crack. So when Father Phil comes back maybe this evening, we'll look at the 3095 and we'll look inside the gearbox and see what the crack is there. But right now, we're going to give Michiel, am I saying it right?
Just say Michael.
Okay. Just say Michael. Well, I tried. That's what matters. I tried. You ready to roll?
Just one more bolt on this side.
Okay. You're happy now you have her?
Yeah, the front latch was locked. Like the side of it, and yeah.
Get a bar.
Yeah.
Have you a bar?
No one.
I have one this side.
You want to, but it's coming back.
It's cracked at the top, at the bottom. So I had to do a run there to pick up paint for the shed. They're painting the grain shed before it goes up. And we also, why we couldn't get open, we had to go back and re-watch the video because that there has a nut on it on the other side, and that's what was holding it. And it caught me and Lee out the last time we tried to split it, and we just watched the video and I was like, oh, that's it, happy out. So I went to do that while Michael took it apart, and there's a split now. And you can see now the back end has been pumped out of oil, but you can still see oil running off it there from what be on the shaft. So that is the problem. The seal there is gone. You can see where it's gone all. There's actually part of the seal is missing that side. It's part of the rubber's gone there. But that mechanical seal, that's what the problem is. Michael's going to rip it out there and have it ready for changing. And also then, one of the other big issues with this tractor currently is we've leaks in between the splices. Needs a whole new seal kit put into the auxiliaries on the back, and that should solve so most of the leaks. Then mainly we're going to head on. We have to go pick up a shed, garden shed, and when we come back hopefully we'll get Father Phil talking about this and show you what is wrong with it and how it'll be fixed. So Michael has the 6480 back together. He's just going back on the loader bracket. So seal done, engine washed, all of that end, new gaskets on the water pump.
Yeah.
All the bits in the front end are on now. Just waiting for a few bits to come from Connacht's to finish her up, and then he's going to tackle the spool valve, the auxiliaries on the back. Check it. So now Father Phil is here. So we're going to get the lowdown on the 3095 of what the gearbox issue was. So, also, that's Michael's, just so you're wondering. What's up with the 3095? What is, you have the inspection plate off here.
That's top of the gearbox, which is the side of the gearbox.
The side of the gearbox, but is the inspection...
Oh, the synchrometres are on.
Looks fine inside the
plate. This was loose.
Gearbox.
This is what was wrong.
That was loose.
That had fallen asunder. This was... That should... We put that back into...
So that's the gear selector, is
that's
it?
high.
Yeah.
And then this that rolls over and back to allow it to select whatever gear you want.
Yeah.
But
So all that was wrong, the reason it wasn't going into gears, that was loose.
Yeah,
or that was
she could go into 2 gears at the one time.
yeah.
So
And
that tightened up. I can't see anything wrong in the synchro meshes. There's nothing jumping out at me, so put the side plate back on, clean it up, put a new gasket on it, put it back on and try it.
I'll work away.
See what happens.
So yeah, it's turned out quite luckily.
Well, we're not sure yet now, but
Well, but from what you can see,
Yeah,
all
no.
that was wrong was it was basically just tighten up a thing rather than having to take it apart and change gears and change synchro meshes.
I'll take the box out.
It was just selectors that was wrong. You had more issues then with the...
Yeah, well, the top cover was completely loose.
So the plate that goes onto that is the plate that goes onto it where the gear linkages sit on it.
This screw was practically fully out.
Yeah, you can actually see where it was catching
There, so that was kind of not letting her into
one of the gears
forward. This was out here.
Yeah.
And that's extremely loose now. I'm going to take that off again and clean it all up with brake cleaner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to smother it with Loctite.
Yeah.
And put it back in. But that was that loose that when you had it here, you could bring it on down here.
Yeah.
So that's why she was losing the travel in the
gear
stick
sticks.
was moving, but she wasn't doing it in the box.
Yeah.
So that's 2 different gears, and then that's pulling her into the
high-low
box. So that's it.
That's it, and that's the sum total of what was wrong with the gearbox end of the tractor.
Well, that we think.
Yeah. Well, till you actually go do something with it. Looking at it, sees there's nothing wrong, so there's no point stripping it all apart when we can see and we see that there's nothing jumping out. So the only thing to do is put it to work.
Well, we want to take a trumpet house off as well.
Yeah. So
Just to check the brakes.
we're going to take off the half axle, half shaft.
Yeah, trumpet house.
Trumpet housing to check to see that the brakes are fine. If the brakes are fine this side, the brakes are assumed to be fine that side. If the brakes are bad this side, then it's to the other side to do the brakes. What else are you going to do? Kingpin bearings.
Kingpin bearings are gone. 2 front kingpin bearings in the bottom are gone. And
Yeah.
they're not just wore, they're
They're
gone.
gone. Yeah.
And we have a door to change.
Oh, that's cosmetic. We'll
cosmetic.
go with mechanical.
Mechanical.
What else is there?
Services.
Servicing.
Services.
So yeah, that's
should be it.
that's the sum total. We were expecting to have to maybe rip the box to change bits inside of it. Turns out it was just loose parts. Now there could be more issues, but we have to work it. But as Father Phil said, looking in at it, he can't see anything jumping out at it.
Nothing else now, no.
So-
that was the main thing.
It's not
And
till
it was a problem with them. They come loose.
Yeah.
That comes loose.
so it's not till we put the plough on it and put a pull on it before we will see. And that is my intention, is to bring this girl ploughing. Just
You
because
get ploughing with it.
eventually. I won't get ploughing in any winter crops with it, but I might get ploughing with it in the spring. But that'll put the pull on the gearbox and
No, that'd be a nice tractor for ploughing with the 4.
oh yeah.
With the standard 4 for it.
No, I'll pull the big plough.
No, she's too heavy.
Put the weights on it.
Too heavy.
But anyways, so yeah, that's the 3095. I think Michael's going to put back the inspection plate for you now, is he? Or
Well, we have to lock that thingy. Well, he still has a half a day's work on this shit now. That's the seal, you showed that.
oh, that's the seal that was in it.
That was what was wrong with the gearbox and that.
Yeah.
The coating, which I never actually seen happening before. See the rubber coating
Yeah.
on that. It's like a
Groove
like
in
it's
it.
groove. It catches it. For some reason, the coating,
Oh, it stripped the coating off it.
coating came off the bottom half of the seal.
Oh.
So the seal actually is fine, which myself
Yeah.
and Lee looked at the time,
Yeah.
and we come to the conclusion the seal was okay, which it is.
Yeah.
But this is what I heard it was leaking.
Why was that have been
It was leaking. I must go, postman.
Yeah, plus one.
It was leaking out. We don't know. That just came off it. The protective coating came off it. Never seen that happen before. And there's no heat or nothing in the front of the box.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. €75. Thank you very much.
And a day's ripping.
And a good day's ripping.
So probably more. So yeah, that's 3095. So we'll do a bit more footage now as we go and put it back together and maybe doing the kingpins and that.
registration number.
Yeah, 93. 90,
35.
4035. Nearly there. If you had a 3095, that would have been
Oh yeah.
the right number plate if you could pick it.
Oh, you can. Cost the money.
But yeah, so mechanically that's all that has to be done. So cosmetically, Lee is lined up for painting it. So he's back to us next week. He's getting a bit of plastering done on his own house, so he hasn't been up back with us yet.
It's in such good condition. If we paint it now,
Yeah, it'll keep it right.
so it's going to lose its originality.
But it'll keep it right.
But over here, with the wet conditions we face here on an ongoing basis,
Oh, I changed
when you put a new exhaust on it,
exhaust cap on it.
put a new exhaust on it, that whole thing is bent.
Right.
They all had a straight pipe with a flap on them,
Yeah. Mud guards.
and new handrails coming.
Them handrails aren't bad.
That handrail is perfect, but it's going on the 3075,
Right.
and I'm putting 2 new handrails on this one because the ones that we can get now are ever so slightly different. But when you put on a pair, they're matching.
Yeah.
The far one is bent beyond recognition.
Right.
That's why I'm changing them.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to paint her anyways and get her dickied up while she's in. So she won't do any work now. There was the debate. Fix it, get it out, work it, make sure there's nothing wrong, then paint it. But Father Phil is...
So clean.
It's so clean, it doesn't need to be blasted or anything. It's just a bit of a sanding and paint away. So they're the 2 trains of thoughts. Happy out.
It is iron because you can
One-
get
one-
out.
one-
You can have one for the dirty work and one for the mean.
Well, at least if you even went to road drain or something, if you're stuck for an extra loading shovel or tractor loader,
Will be.
It works.
40k.
Yeah, well, I had 37, so
So right.
near enough. So, we're back at the 3095 here.
Oh, you're funny. I'm back at it, yes.
Yeah, you're back at it.
I'm back at it because that's where she should be when she's in neutral.
Yeah,
So that's a neutral,
yeah,
but that's not.
that's not.
That's not.
So that's the selector fork, that long
That's
piece.
selector fork. So that to be in neutral, proper neutral, it has to be.
It's quite a long piece.
Oh, it is, yeah. That's neutral.
Yeah,
That's neutral. Between
and you can
first
see the
and second.
camber on it. You can see where it must
see
have
it.
eaten a bit as well on
No,
it.
it's, no, it's perfectly tight. No, it,
No, was there no wear on the side of that selector fork running up
No,
the
no.
face of it? No,
no. See what's wrong here.
that's not.
So somebody at some stage has been quite boisterous in the cab,
Yes.
and that has gone back.
So the selector fork for first and second has
Bent back about 10
bent
minutes.
back about 10 minutes.
And I didn't notice it till I was ready to
Put on the plate.
just to go through all the gears and see everything lined up.
Yeah.
And I said, whoops, that's not where it should be. So that's what's wrong. And then when you put her into second gear, that second gear, she doesn't, she's not,
It's just a selector fork.
what's the selector for? That's neutral. And then to put her back into first, that's why the slip was happening. That's first, there's very little movement here.
Yeah.
So it's just, we have it coming. It's coming from Murphy's. So.
So the new selector fork is coming from Murphy's. So to replace that now, will you have to rip the gearbox out of it, or should you get it done through that?
We open the grub screw here at the front, which I'm taking off this valve that controls the dyno shift.
Yeah.
Open the grub screw, loosen off these, open up this,
Yeah.
and that shaft should shove back enough into the back end to allow this to come out.
And it's just putting a new one in.
Pop in a new one and repeat, rinse and repeat, and you're done.
As much as we said earlier that there was nothing wrong, turns out there was something wrong, but it's a relatively easy fix.
We hope.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Probably come in here in about 2 days' time and the whole gearbox will be strung all over the floor. Put new handrail on the front.
Put new handrails
That
for
one is
going.
bent beyond recognition.
Aye, that's been
Stand in
just,
front of it and you'll see how bad it is.
just there, I can
Oh
see
no,
anyways.
stand in front of the tractor. Right in front of the tractor. It's unstraight.
Aye, it's bent back in.
Everywhere. It's everywhere.
So yeah, there's 2 new handrails going on it. There is new mudguards going on it. There's a new door going on it. And painting, I think, is the plan too. It went from possibly very bad to be nothing to something hopefully small. Hopefully. And then we'll get it out of the shed and put it on the plough. That is my plan.
What was the big harvester?
Huh?
What says the big harvester?
I'm putting a bee harvester either now, but I don't think I'll be that. No, I get on the plough. If I get on the plough, I'll be happy out.
Yeah, next March.
No, this spring, this winter.
No, next March.
This winter. So, back in the workshop now. Doors off this side.
Oh, for shit.
So Father Phil has taken the pump off and is looking. The handbrake works, but you're saying the handbrake disc.
The back disc is gone there.
Right.
That
Shouldn't have play in it.
This is why the service it now when we're there.
Yeah.
Easier.
Just put down couplers.
Yeah.
That's sharp out.
This is the pump here. So that's the plate for the gear selection. This is the pump here. No rot or anything.
Not bad, like.
No. Yeah, beacons.
There was a beacon on our eye, took it off there.
Oh, yeah, there was a beacon on it.
Somebody hit it. There was a band ice, we were straightening it there.
Yeah.
Half a tin of silicone rounds. Maybe put a set of twin beacons on it.
Aye. That pipe there is.
For aircon.
Oh, that's the aircon pipe.
Yeah.
Cab filter.
Well, overdue. I don't think the fan works in it.
Doesn't it?
No, the resistor's probably going back in the switch, I would say.
Oh, that's clean.
You said the wipers?
So there's the new side arm going on. So the arm that we've taken off on this side, just there's on the ground, that's going to go on the 3075, and then 2 new ones on this. And here is what is bent. So that's the selector fork for first and second.
Stop for howling.
So you can see, you hold it that way, you can see the bend that's in it. So it's bent back. That should be our right angle from there up, but it's bent back. So that's for selecting your gears. Also, you can see all the red on it.
Before you want to go now.
They reckon that is Loctite. A bit confused as to why there's so much Loctite on all over the place. So I reckon someone may have been in there before, but yeah. That's it. That's the selector fork.
That's why I said I'll put them 2 kingpin bearings in the axle before we go any further.
So you have a selector fork coming,
Should have.
and you want to get handbrake discs now.
Well, I actually probably have handbrake discs for that one. On the shelf, as you do,
Right.
in an old workshop. With previous experience of them. Aye.
Well, many up here no handbrake. Many up here no handbrake.
Lots of them.
That's the problem piece out now. And we're back in the workshop. So 6480, the bits to fix that are here now, so they'll be back this evening to get out the gap. So all that's really left with 6480 now is exhaust and these laddies in here. Can't think the name of them, the ball joints for the steering. Oh, that's getting changed because she's loose. You can see, turn on the camera. You can see the play that's in it. So that play, when you're driving down the road, yeah. So basically that there is getting replaced, and possibly that. And then that will tighten that up, take out that play. Same the far side. Then that's the 6480 done. When Michael had it out the shed, and he was revving us, he was the EirCode. We were still getting EirCode 1077, but we think what the issue could have been was some of the fuel piping might have had a crack in it. It was sucking air, which was causing it to lose pressure, which was causing the EirCode to come up. So we put a whole new fuel lining into it, and it didn't come up when he had it out of the shed. He turned around and gave it another wash. But yeah, she should be ready to rock and roll now once we get him a few bits on. 3095, as we seen last night, selector fork is out. New one is there to go in, and then just the rest of it. And Lee is going to fully paint the tractor, and hey, coming like a new tractor then. So yeah, because it's not looking like we're going to have to spend as much as we possibly had intended on the back end, because we thought could have been some major damage in there. We have that extra money that was kind of put aside to fix that, to spend on the rest of the tractor, so we will put her right. And the plan for the rest of the winter is 1by1, tractors into the workshop, fix them up, pull them out. Now 6480, we won't be spraying that this time. We might tackle that next year, but the 99 is coming in and getting sprayed. Me and Liv talked about that is going to be done. We're bringing 99, 6270, 6290, and all the rest. Last one that will come in of the working line up would be the umbilical tractor. So then we can have it serviced, ready to rock and roll. Hopefully new mud guards, maybe a lick of painting, sort out a bit of wiring and shit. And then out the gap for the next season. But that is the plan for the winter. The tractor that we will be restoring this winter, when it makes it this far, is hard to know. Depending on how long it takes to get tractors in and out, will depend on whether we go to tackle that this winter or not. We want to make sure that all the working line gets done first. Just tidy up a few niggly bits, a few oil leaks and a few bits and bobs that just need to be sorted after a hard summer's working. And on one more note there as well, Michael has now left us, so our Dutchman is gone. You've seen him at the start. He was here for 5 weeks. He's in Ireland for 6 weeks. He's spending his last week in Ireland, travelling around Ireland. So you may see him. If you see a big Iveco van with like a green Scottish flag on the front of it, that's him. But he came to us to just get us through the harvest. So just, I suppose to explain, we had Brendan after Lee left. We had no work for Brendan over November, December, January, May, possibly February. So Brendan went back to where he worked last year, hedge cutting for the winter. So then we took on Michael then just to see us through September and into October just to get the harvest finished. And Michael was just short-term stay, and he has left. Lee is coming back to us now 3 nights a week or 3 evenings a week to help with the maintenance of the fleet, getting all that crack lined up. So yeah, big thanks to Michael for coming, or Michael, if I can pronounce it right, for coming and giving us a hand out, and hope he enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed watching him. I think today's video was the one he done the most in. So he done most of the work on the 64A, but just didn't get to see it finished out the gap. But so yeah, that's the crack. I think going forward, Tuesday, we're going to make it a workshop Tuesday video. So every week, just bang up the Tuesday video, whatever we got on in the workshop for that week, because every evening from now on, and especially when we get into December, Father Phil might start spending days in the workshop, will be spent tidying stuff up. And if I was to keep going and wait till that was out, the video would be quite long. So yeah, we're just going to every Tuesday what we got up in the workshop for the week, and then I have to figure out how I'm going to do it for Thursdays and Sundays, but we'll figure that one out as always. But look, hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed the workshop, the 3095. We thought it could have been bad. It wasn't too bad. We went from we thought it was going to be bad to what was looking pretty good to a small issue and other wee bits and bobs just to tidy up age-related issues apart from the selector fork. And that would be the only thing that so far we found it's not just like a wear and tear issue. But anyways, look, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it from me. Good luck.